What's up guys, back here with another video. This time I'm going to teach you how to add events to your bots.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings.
Okay guys, so now that we know how to actually make a bot and start it and get it on our server, we can actually add something called events. So what are events? Events are just like a way for you to trigger something and then give it a response. I know that made no sense, but let's say that I send a message on the server, right? I type something random, right? Every time I do anything on a server, that's an event, okay? Me creating a text channel is an event. Me typing is an event. Me messaging this bot is an event, okay? And we can use that event to do certain things. So let's say, for example, I say a message in the server that says hello. That's an event, okay? And the bot can read that event and say, if the person said hello, then give it a response and message them back and say hello also, okay? So if that was not a good explanation, then I'll show you in a second, okay? So when working with events, you want to do it basically in a separate file, separate class. You don't have to, but that's usually what you want to do, and that's what I'm going to do because, you know, why not? So basically, before we do that, we're going to make a new package. Where is it? Package called events, okay? Alright, and so that inside of that events package, you're actually going to make a new class, and this is going to be our event, okay? And so this event will be called, we'll call it hello event, okay? And then, so to make a event, you have to, whenever dealing with event classes, you have to extend listener adapter. So extends listener adapter, okay? So now that we have done that, we can create our event. And yeah, so the first thing we're gonna do is do we don't really need to do anything first, so let's just create our event. So public void, and then it's called on guild message received, okay? And then guild message received event, okay? And then you give it a name. We'll just call it event. Boom, and there we go. So this is our little method here, and this is basically a method that is an event, okay? It's a listener, so it's going to listen to the server, right? It's going to wait until this happens. And what is this? Well, this is just literally a message being displayed on the Discord server, okay? So whenever a message is sent on the Discord server, this block of code is going to be executed. So anything inside of this block of code will also be executed. So that's what we're going to add, okay? But what does it mean by guild? Guild is basically just another name for your Discord server, okay? So that's why it's called guild, okay? And whenever you're choosing a event name, you're basically just going to take the actual event name and then take event off the end of it, okay? And then add on in front of it, okay? So we'll get more practice with that in a second. Before we do that, we're actually gonna do something, okay? So we'll say whenever we type a message or someone else types a message into the server, then let's collect that message so we can store the message, okay? So string message sent is equal to event.get message and then .get content raw, okay? So basically, this is basically just storing the message of the event inside of this string here, okay? And this is the event actual object, okay? And then we have a bunch of methods that come with the event object. So likewise, if we do event and then dot, we have all these different not that many, but we have all these different events that we could, or methods that we can use with the event, okay? And every event has its own little different methods usually. So what this one did is it got the message that was sent, and then you add another method onto that method, and this method will just basically return the string version of that message, okay? So yeah, hopefully that wasn't too confusing. We're basically just storing the message, right? So once we store the message, we can actually, type it, like send it. So if we want to, let's say we want to add something that says if message sent dot equals ignore case hello, then do this. So basically that means if the message that was sent during the event is equal to hello, then send this message. So we're going to send a message if that is hello. And so to send a message, we could do event.getChannel. So this is going to get the channel that the event happened in, okay? So basically that's important because we want to send the message that we're going to send inside the same channel that the message was displayed, you know? That makes the most sense, of course. And then send message. So get the channel and then send the message in that channel, okay? So what message do we want to send? Let's send hello, we'll send hi for now, okay? Hi. So that the bot will say hi whenever someone says hello, okay? But before we finish this, we have to add .q to the end, okay? And you have to have .q for any action that the bot does because you wanna work with you wanna store everything in a queue because bots have lots of different things they're doing at once usually. Like if a lot of things are happening, you're gonna wanna have a queue because you can't have them all happen at once. You know, it's not very complex. You know, it's very simple. Just make sure you have .q at the end, okay? So before we can actually run this bot, we have to what's it called? We have to register our event inside of the main class. Okay, so to register our event, we can do JDA dot add event listener equals and then the class name. Okay, so new bot, or no, not a new bot, new hello event. Okay, so that's our class name, of course. And yeah, so it's gonna import it for us, by the way, because it's in a different package, so it's gonna do that by itself. Hopefully for you too. And yeah, so we're done, right? So we can close this old. I still have the bot running from last episode, so I'm going to close it, right? And so we're going to run a new version of the bot, and hopefully this will work. So we'll see. Okay. Alright, looks good to me. So we'll go to our server, and we'll type hello. And it says hi back to us, so that's really cool, right? So we can get our bot to actually respond to people now, and actually send messages, right? So let's say we want to change it to something else, just to test it out, right? We'll say, if someone says pickle, then say, wow, I love pickles, right? Oops. Okay. And so, yeah. So, let's go and run this. We gotta close the old one. I don't think you have to, but I like doing that. So we'll open it back up, and we'll say something. We'll say something random like goober stanker. I don't think that's a word. That was really random. So, and then we could say pickle, and then he says, wow, I love pickles. So that really works. So that's cool. So yeah, so as you can see, we can make our bot really, really cool already, man. Like, this is only the second episode, and we're doing some really cool stuff. So yeah, so we can make our bot even more advanced, okay? So we can actually get it to read multiple words. Like, at this point, we're only reading one-word messages, we're only storing we're only being able to evaluate one word and just the whole message basically. But let's say we want to evaluate a bunch of words and store them as like an array. We can actually do that, okay? So to store them as an array, we could turn this into a string here. So string message sent is equal to event.getMessage.getContent raw dot split, and then there, okay? So what this did is it did the same thing, but this time it put it all into an array, okay? And then it was able to sort each item in the array based on the spaces and the message that we sent. So basically, let me show you. So if we type a message here like I love trees, okay? That means that our array is going to have 3 different items inside of it because there's 2 spaces here. So between each space it's going to make a new item, okay? So I space, because we're splitting here, that's what split does. So whenever there's a space, it says right here, whenever there's a space, it's going to make a new item. So I space love space trees. So yeah, it's not very crazy, but yeah, that's how that works. So then we could say message.sent.equals ignore case pickle. There's an error here because it's no longer a single variable value. It's actually an array now. So we have to specify which index in the array that we want to evaluate in our if statement, right? So to do that, let's just say that. So we'll do 0. So we could say if the first word in the message is pickle, then say that, okay? So we'll go ahead and stop the old one, and then we'll run it again. Pickle is good. Okay, so it works for the first message, right? But let's say we don't want it to work in the first message, right? We'll say pickle wait, no. Wow, I hate pickles, right? Or no, we'll do pickle because it's actually searching for the word pickle. So just to prove to you that it doesn't work. Wow, I hate pickle. So right, it doesn't send the message anymore because pickle is no longer the first word. Okay, so so let's say we want to check, you know, like the third word in the sentence that we provided when we type something in, right? So if we want to check the third one, of course we're going to put 2, not 3, okay, because you know Java is of course 0 based. So if we want to check the third word, then we put 2. So let's try that out. So let's say, oh, we have to restart, of course. Let's go ahead and do that. Come on, buddy. Start. And so we'll type a new message. We'll say, wow, pickles. Wow, those pickle are the greatest. So that should work because pickle is the third word. And of course, if we look back, we're checking to see if the third word in our array, which is going to be all the words, is equal to pickle. And then it's going to print that out, right? So let's try that out. Boom, it says that, wow, I love pickles, because it's checking the third word. So yeah, so that's very simple, of course. And yeah, so let's say if we send something like, we do something like this, right? We're gonna stick to the first word for now, okay? So let's say that if someone says hi in the first word, right? And then you know, for example, if someone says hi and then the bot says hi also, let's see what happens. Something bad will happen. Okay. So if they say hi and the bot says hi, what's going to happen? Well, an infinite loop's going to happen because it's saying, well, I'm saying hi, right? And then the bot, of course, is going to say, well, this event string is going to trigger, right? It's going to say, if the message sent was equal to hi, then say hi. And then whenever the bot says hi, that also triggers the same event. So it's just going to loop over and over and over again, right? So if we want to actually get past that and not have that happen, we could do something like, let's try this. If events.getMember and then .getUser and then .isBot, then do this, right? But we don't want it to be a bot, so we'll say if it's not equal to a bot, then you say hi, right? So basically what this is going to do is make it so the bot doesn't respond to actual bots, so itself or other bots, right? It's only going to respond to actual people. So then we could cancel out the loop. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Oh, it's still going. Oops. So if we say hi now, the bot will say hi, and that's it. It won't loop anymore because, of course, it's responding to my hi, but it can't respond to its own hi anymore because it's a bot and it's checking to see if it's a bot or not, okay? So that's really cool. And yeah, so even more, if you want to make this even more cooler, we can actually get the bot to respond to the person that's talking, right? So if I respond, it could say hi and then my name, right? So if you want to do that, we could do something like this. We could say string name is equal to event.getMember.getUser.getName, okay? That was a lot, but it's really simple. This is basically just getting the name of the person who sent the event or a message and storing it into a string called name, okay? And so we're going to take that string and add it here. So it's going to say hi and then the name of the person who sent the message, okay? So let's try that out. So say hi. Oh, it wasn't ready yet. So hi. It says hi, the philosopher. I know that name is really cringy, but it's an inside joke. But yeah. So as you can see, guys, you know, events is really like there's so many things you can do, right? There's so many different methods you could call, like, you know, event.getMember.getNickname just all kinds of stuff, right? It's all really a matter of playing around with it. You get used to this crap easy. Like, you don't have to you don't have to study every single method that's inside of the event, because there's hundreds of events sometimes in different programs, right? So you don't have to study each one. It's just a matter of playing around with it, okay? So don't worry, you'll get used to it. If this is very daunting to you, then you'll be like, this is pretty easy in like once you get a lot of practice in, okay? So yeah, so what else can we do? let's get some more practice in making events actually. So we're going to make a new event. So new Java class, and we're not going to call anything yet. We're going to go to this website here, and it's a list of events for our API that we're using, okay? So we can look at any of these events here. We can look at message events, we can look at guild events, channel events, and let's just click a random one like category events. And we have these different events here. So we could say, we could look at this. We have a category create event, category delete event. Awesome. So yeah. So let's say you find an event that you want to use, right? Like category create event, okay? How do we like use it in our program? Well, just remember the name, okay? And then we're going to go back to our program. And let's say category, you can call this whatever you want, by the way. You can call your class anything. So category create, okay? And so, of course, whenever you're making an event, of course, you have to extend listener adapter, okay? Oops. Okay, so now we can make the event. So public void, and then we could say on category create. Not category create events, because of course you have to take the event off the end and then add on right there, okay? You'll get used to it. So then we could do, we have to actually provide the real event name, so category create event, and then give it a name. I'm just going to call it E for short for events, of course. So then we can actually do stuff now. So we could say, whenever a category is created, then we could say E dot get guild. Let's see, what else can we do? Get category dot get text. Wow, there's so many things we could do. Get text channels dot add. So we can make a text channel. That sounds cool. So let's try that out. So whenever a category is created, we could say we can make a new text channel called, we'll just call it booger, just to test. Hopefully this works. Oh, and make sure you queue it, of course. Oh wait, maybe we can't queue this. Let's see. What's the error? Oh, it's a list. Yeah, maybe this isn't what that is. Okay. See, as you can see, I'm just playing around because, you know, there's so many things you can do. So let's try get channels. Oops. So E dot get. Oh my gosh. Get channel. Get guild. We'll do get guild. Get default channel. Okay. So basically, default channel is just the default text channel, like the lobby, I guess, for your server. That's what I'm assuming. It's very simple. So dot send message, and we'll say we'll say someone just created an event. Okay, cool. And make sure you queue it, of course. So now it's queued. And yeah, so let's try that out. But don't forget, we actually have to register the event in our main method. And so we'll do that here. So JDA add event listener new category create. So there we go. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and stop this and restart it. Awesome. Okay, so it's ready. So let's try this out. This is the ultimate test. So we're going to create a category. We're going to call it something random. And it says someone has created an event. Oh, I meant category. Oops. We'll change this here. And yeah, so anyway, so it actually worked. So as you can see, like I didn't even have to research what the category create event was. It's all in the name. You can obviously tell that it's just an event that when a category is created, then something happens, right? And then when something happens, you could use the methods inside of that event to do certain things. Like I just played around. I said e.get guild. Okay, get guild. Okay, what else can I do, right? And, you know, it's just playing around. It's just, you know, really simple. So hopefully y'all get the concept of making events. It's really simple. But if you're having trouble with it, if there's some events that you don't understand, then don't worry, because I know some events are really hard to understand. And we're going to be going through as much of this API as we can throughout the series. And so it's going to be very detailed, okay? And yeah, so before we go, there's one more thing I want to do. I have an idea. So as you can see, we can type a full message into our server, of course, and then it's going to be stored in this array here. Let's actually get it to repeat what we said back out to us, the whole message, not just one word, right? Because right here, we're just checking to see if it's one word. Let's just get rid of all this and actually repeat the whole message back to us, okay? So I'm just playing around at this point, so you can stop watching the video if you want to. But if you're curious, you can watch this. So for int I is equal to 0, and then I is less than our our array dot length. So, and then I plus plus. So that's basically going to see, it's going to calculate how many words that we have stored inside this array, right? And this, and then we're going to cycle through the amount of words that there are, basically. Okay. So we can do this like this. So we can do event dot get channel dot get dot send message, and then we could just send the message sent, and then put I here because depending on what word you're on, you want to send that word out, basically. Oh, don't forget to queue it, of course. Awesome. So yeah, so let's try stopping here. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and type a message here. We'll say I love the ocean. The ocean is cool. Okay, so let's see what happens. Oh wow, it's working. I love the ocean. The ocean is cool. And it stops like this every once in a while because, of course, every Discord server has a spam filter. I'm not sure if you can disable it or not, but it has a spam filter, so it's just going to make it pause. And it's just going to repeat forever, of course, because, yeah, so we're going to repeat forever because, of course, the event is getting the messages and it's queuing them and stuff like that, So yeah, I mean, that was it for this episode. I hope you understand how to make events now. If you don't understand, you can ask questions in the comment section if you want to. Also, I'll leave a link in the description for this code for this episode. It's right here. I'll leave a link. And I'll leave a link for anything else that you need, the events list. I know that's very important, so I'll leave that for you. And yeah, so if you like the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And peace.